appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us? Why, that's LMTDTMFFR, also with me now. Limited time offer, no bells. And how are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am doing well, thank you very much. And here we are again with more Steam Next Fest demos. The really rather intense music that you can hear in the background there is for a game called Blood on the Thames, which I'm not really... I don't know how I would classify it, given that, you know, I haven't really played... Well, I haven't played any of it. I bit it up. I booted it up to check it worked. But yeah, it's a mystery detective-y thing, but yeah, I'm not sure into what genre because... or what type of gameplay it has exactly. So let's go over there and find out immediately before we start doing this. Looks down, just tries to check, do we have anything? Nope. We'll just go straight over there. Whoop. Look at all this swirling and everything. And as, unfortunately, as I said last time yesterday, I cannot see the chat in my regular way, so I might be slow at responding to you. Because it's a demo, so I can't always, you know, it doesn't have all the options and everything set up. But hey, here we go. Start the game. And look, yeah, okay, we can find passwords for things. What an odd demo. Executable bound point, running access point established, selecting character style points, character memory refresh map, assigning addresses, running pre-access point history simulation, mapping character personalities, assigning history to access point, simulation error, access point unstable, saving character histories. Sourcing complete, attempted loading previous state, accessing memory. 10% access found, execute. Oh, can I click on this? I can. Quincy Ernest missing. Minerva Mini Ernest missing. Simon Garnier missing. Dr. Edward Griffin. Jacqueline Hare is missing. But Dr. Edward Griffin is there, I assume. Derek Green missing. Call me Ishmael. Call me Ishmael, indeed. Detective Usher. Hector Prynne missing. Victor Franklin. Execute point prepared. Continue? Nah. Error reassessing execute memory load. Same ones. So this time, let's go. Execute. What is a man to a god? An ant? Man cannot create an ant as a god does. Sorry, my chat shut down, so I'm trying desperately to get into that again. A sandcastle? Man cannot control the sea sweeping sand away. A cell? Man cannot watch the cells of their body. I mean, like, yeah, I guess not. We have to extract them from ourselves before we can look at them, but yeah. To watch, to create, to control, such is the nature of a god. Such is the nature we have imbued onto a god. To what then may man watch, create, control? What makes a man a god? Perhaps the writer of the story, perhaps the singer of a song, perhaps a dreamer of a dream, perhaps the architect of a game. Much of the character in a game, the god, the creator, or the player. The character in a game is the god, the creator, or the player. Ooh, I guess the player, because the player has ultimate control over when the game is run and when it happens and what is going on. Really more philosophical questions than I was expecting. I will say the player. Who the hell is knocking at this time of night? One moment please, says Captain Ishmael. No moonlight, it's going to make it very difficult to find my lantern. When not in dialogue, click on the magnifying glass at the top right to see what is interactable. Okay, so if I do this, okay, it shows me that those two things are interactable. Okay. Nice chair, even for a captain. Already finished my bookkeeping for the day. Nothing I need there. There is this. Yep. to figure out who decided to wake me up. Ah, yes, what is it? Yeah, the visual art style did get me to look at this game. Standing in front of me was a man I'd never seen before. As I opened the door, he had to crane his neck to meet my eye, but that didn't stop his aggressive demeanour. I need box 392, now! Sir, seeing as you're on my ship, it's the middle of the night, and I don't know who you are, it seems only decent you at least give me your name before you start barking orders at me. The request for his name only made him more visibly agitated, but I was not about to let him avoid the question. It seems his need for swiftness outweighed his need for discretion. Victor Franklin. Oh, Victor demands. Oh, and something came in up there. September the 6th, we got a lantern. My name is Captain Ishmael, and I know I'm not used to Englishmen being this rude when they need something. Most of them at least pretend to have manners before they start barking orders. Well, seeing as pleasant conversation doesn't seem to be a possibility, why do you need this box? That is none of your concern. All you need to know is that your boss, Quincy Ernest, sent me. I could feel my face grow hot with anger. I dropped the pleasantries. Sir, it's one thing for you to barge onto my ship and rudely demand some of my cargo, but to try to fool me by invoking the name of a man who has been dead not even a month? Leave my ship now. If you have a right to that box, you can retrieve it tomorrow. That is my box! You have no right to keep it from me. You have no idea how my ship operates. Don't just give cargo to just some person with a name and a number. We pick it up from the warehouse after it has been unloaded tomorrow morning, assuming you have the credentials to check it out from here, there, everywhere. I don't have time for that. I just sailed into the busiest harbour in the world less than 5 hours ago, taking my ship on what may be its last voyage. It will see in several months because of the death of a man you're pretending to represent. I need some sleep. Might I suggest you do the same? My ship begins unloading in the morning. You can retrieve your cargo then. Is his portrait down there in the bottom? Interesting. I'm not waiting! I will get that box. He suddenly jumped forward and tried to shove his way past me. I stood firm, my body easily blocking the way. Raised a fist as if ready to fight, but I simply stared at him, saying nothing. Sure enough, he hesitated, as if realizing that he would be no match for me. However, as soon as he put down his fists, he lunged, attempting to use his smaller frame to squeeze past me. Instead, took me by surprise. He made it into the room to glance around frantically. I quickly grabbed my pistol. Ooh, it's all gold. From my jacket, keeping cool as I held it out for him to see. He immediately shrunk back through the doorway. Finally, he huffed, turned, and sprinted up the stairs. Good night to you, sir. I considered following after him and escorting him off the boat myself. But my sheer exhaustion won over, and I returned to bed. Hadn't lied to him. After this last sailing trip, I desperately needed a good sleep. This little interruption caught me in a particularly sour mood. I'd already been distressed that my ship was to be grounded until the company found a new manager. But after the man invoked Quincy's name, I could feel his death weighing heavily on my conscience. Man without my faith would surely consider this a good night for a strong drink. For me, however, I resorted to sleep. I had started to fade when a gunshot sounded like it was in the cargo hold. There are moments like this where I wished I wasn't the captain to get sleep through this utter nonsense. But of course, nothing good ever came from wishing. I jumped to my feet, grabbed my jacket, rushing to the door. Chapter 1, Thief in the Night. Oh? Can't go to the left or the right or anything. Wait. I can look at that box, okay. Collection of my charts. No need for them now, or for quite a while. Okay, now here we have this. Can I... Right, so I've got objective. Objective. That makes more sense. Find my lantern. check on the storage hold right now. Facts, events, people, Victor. Victor Franklin, male, 27. I don't know where we got his name from. Banker, German. I can guess we get that from his accent. How we know he's a banker, I don't know. Victor demanded box number 392. Da-da-da. Documents, we have none. Oh. No, nothing going on with the compass? Alright, I guess that means open door and walk out. Grab my coat and hurry out the door. Frantic stomping on the deck. Is there someone making noise in the cargo hold? I need to check there first. Alright, well, that looks nice and usable. The fire exit. This could be useful to hang off to for now. I mean, is this my way back inside my bedroom? No. Back to my room. I don't think I need anything in here. Alright, okay. Oh! What is... Alright, okay. Oh, was that just go back? Okay, well, we'll look at all the things. I wish I need nothing more than a good sleep, night's sleep right now. Never finished my bookkeeping. No, I've already finished my bookkeeping for the day. What else was there? That I clicked on. Can't do anything with that, okay. One pleasant night. The sky is as dark as the sea, though. I mean... I'm clicking on those things, but it's not... No. I was clicking on the top of those books there, because that was one of the blue things that was highlighted. And I wondered, is it a separate object? Is it part of this? I assume it's part of this now, because when I click on it, it does nothing. But, you know, it also should activate this. Because otherwise, I think we probably need to go down. Ruda, what the hell is going on? Ruda? Captain, there was a man down here rooting through the boxes. When I confronted him, he came at me. I fired my gun. I think I grazed him at most. Are you hurt? Where did he go? I'm alright, just stunned. He fled up to the deck as soon as I fired my gun. I think he had a small box? Damn it. That cargo isn't back on the ship by unloading. That's both our jobs. Neruda, I need you to figure out what he took and make sure nothing was damaged. I'll go after him. Yes, sir. If you would like to look around during the conversation, you can clear the dialogue box here. Need to get back up to the deck. Okay, so I can do that. Ooh. No? Not going to look at that. I mean, obviously that's... I mean, it's left this on here, which isn't great. Is there anything? I've got nothing. Right, okay. I see, if I want to look around while I'm doing that, but not necessarily interact with. Mobile should be useful for dealing with this there. I mean, no. There's a whole array of goods from this shipment. What on earth could he have taken? I mean, presumably it was the German banker. Neruda didn't hit any of the pipes by mistake. Even so, with the ship docks indefinitely, any damages will be easier to deal with than stolen cargo. And I didn't see what it was. Presumably, it was writing about... No, it wasn't. Was it an event? Victor. Victor stole from my ship. No, I don't know that at all. I assume that, and that's not fact in evidence yet. Because I don't know. Somebody was here and stole something, but I don't know that it was Victor. Oh. Tried to open the door, but... Did he block the door with a chair? I can push it out of the way, but I will need some long object to do that. You can use objects from your inventory in different situations. Let's try the axe. By positioning the axe down here, I can push the chair away from the door. Still need something else though. Maybe something thin to push the top down? Well, this isn't how I thought I would be using it. Okay, but put the crowbar up here. You can use it to push the chair down out from under the handle. The puzzle you can get hint or skip the puzzle up here. Alright, okay. I mean... this is just a trial and error because I have absolutely no idea how. It'll take all the way to this one. Because I mean, I've got no. How do I know which ones it is? This is a weird puzzle. Am I doing it bit by bit? So I'm saying, hey, I can't do... Am I meant to be alternating between the bits that I do? Up, down, up, down? Is that what it is? Does that... There we go, yeah. That's weird. Alright, I'm out. Captain, he got away, says the dockmaster. Damn it all, did you see where he went? Back to shore, sir. He waved down a cabbie and headed west. Heard him mention a newspaper, but I couldn't hear which one. Did you see the cabbie's number? Yes, 3462. Good, I'll try to go after him. You stay here, I'll help Naruto figure out which box he stole. When I catch up to this man, I'll send someone back here to let you know my whereabouts. Sorry. Yes, sir. Oh, before you go, handed me a broken keyring. This fell off him during the chase. No damage, it looks like it was shot clean off his belt. May help you find him either way. Bloody hell, that scoundrel has jammy luck. Be sure to return them to their rightful owner as soon as he returns what he owes me.
Richard's just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
Oh no! Somebody down there. Sit on it and swivel, you say? Well, we can do that in this. Whee! Oh, no.
Richard's just redeemed hydrate.
I didn't quite make it all the way back around on a single push. Hydrate, I can do that.
Richard's just redeemed loud noises.
Yeah, and loud noises as well. Well, for this game, I don't know. We're on the sea, so it could be gentle sea noises, which aren't exactly loud, but. Yeah. Caca, caca. The gentle sounds of the sea. Yes? Kind of. Alright, what about you, down here? You interactable with? And where were you, Buck? One time we have an actual intruder, and I find you sleeping on the job. Alright, I could have done dog. Don't you look at me like that. I don't pay you to sleep all the time. You have a very important role on my ship. I expect you to uphold it. What a nice portrait of Buck. He's got two different coloured eyes. A blue and a brown. Interesting. What do you have to say for yourself, young man? Hey, showing me his belly. You know, you are the worst guard dog. Or yes, that is a very odd motion to be stroking somebody. It seemed, I don't know, not smooth enough. Listen, over. You and I are going to have a talk about this later. Alright, well, I'm going to do this. And this is the boat. Many of these boats come from far and wide, the East Indies, the Caribbean, the Congo. Recently, an exploration vessel departed from here en route to the Arctic. There's a small boat. No, that's not what I patently clicked on the boat. Oh, game. That over there, the boat. Quite a measly ship to call yourself a captain of. Big for mice perhaps, but not I. I mean, it's not a ship, but okay. onwards. Walking out the door? The cabbies tend to drive the same major roads at night. Ask another cabbie which roads they would take. Perhaps you can help me figure out where he went? I mean, no. Which roads did you take at night? The ones which get me to the destination? Which destination do you want to go to? I don't know. Follow that cab, maybe? Oi, you there. Did you see a cab with a number 3462? Passenger is a thief. Well, yes, I did. Headed west, was it? I can take you in that direction. Ask the other cabbies if they saw him pass by. Says cabby driver. Yes, please. I'll pay you whatever it costs if you can find me where that man went. Righto then. I wonder if that portrait was incorrect, or whether we do have a female cab driver in this. Is it indicative that this is not a historical setting, but an alternative universe setting? Very accommodating cabbie, yes. I jumped in the carriage. Before I could even sit, the driver spurred her horses onwards and we sped off. Okay, so that answers that at least. Any clue as to where he was going? A man said he heard something about a newspaper, something. Right, that does help a bit. I mean, it would be on Fleet Street, the Strand, if we're in London. Fleet Street, not the Strand. We're on two different roads. Every few minutes he stopped and waved down another cab coming the other way. He would exchange a quick word and the other driver would point down a different street. I swerved through the town in this manner for a short time until suddenly I spotted the cabbie with the license 3462. Hey-oh! Did you take a passenger with a box under his arm? Yes, I did. Is there a problem? That's a very different look to the other cabbies and the whole rest of this thing. Right. That man stole from me! Well, I dropped him off near the Global Review, just down that way. He shouldn't be far from there. Thank you! That, my driver hurried me to the location. When we arrived, the building was dark. Still, I trusted that this had to be the right place. Thank you. If I can ask one more errand of you, my men are waiting to hear from me back at the docks. Hopefully by now they've figured out which box has been taken. Pay you another fare to return there, and inform them where I am. Of course, sir. God bless you, and best of luck. Alright. Paid her a good deal extra for her help. And as she departed down the street, I turned back in the direction of the newspaper building. Where could he be? I took a moment to review what I know of this Victor Franklin. If you ever wish to review recent conversations, you can press the history button to bring up the recent transcripts. Good to know. Right, now to find this man. Here we are. I mean, we don't know anything about him. Here we are. He needed box 392. He was prepared to find it and get there, and he was prepared to use Quincy Ernest's name to do so, the dead guy, but that's all we really know. And then he jumped in there. Alright, now to find this man. Alright. Well, presumably I can talk to you, who's waving at me for some reason. I can go over there. Is that? Seems to be a number of shops and pubs in this area. Perhaps during the day this street will be bustling with activity. But for now, if there are no drinks or beds, it is empty. Alright, man. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment? Says Dr. Griffin. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry. I'm chasing down a thief. Victor Franklin? I stopped dead in my tracks. Yes. How did you know? Why are you, like, trying to do Spider-Man? Or Rock On? I'm looking for him as well. What has you looking for him? I just told you he's a thief. You use facts to improve your notebook. It can be found in your inventory. Did he do something to you? I don't remember. No, Victor stole from my ship. Fact. Yeah, those are the only things. Victor stole from my ship. There we go. He stole from my ship. That sounds like something he would do. Do you know him? No, only a name. He has something of mine, and I would rather have it back. Stole from you too, did he? You could say that. You happen to know where he is? No. I've been looking into this matter for a number of days. At the very least, some working theories as to where one could find him. I'm happy to share this knowledge with you if you're willing to assist me in the confronting him. Judging by your stature, he might be more inclined to listen to you. You have yourself a deal. Splendid. You may call me Dr. Edward Griffin, by the way. Captain, call me Ishmael. Oh, yes, call me Ishmael. Call me Ishmael. So, tell me, what do you know about Victor Franklin? As I've said, I'm trying to track him down for a few days. Thought he might come down this way because his bank is down the street. His bank? Yes, he's a banker, and his office is 2 blocks down. Reckon some portraits are Kickstarter-like backers? Possibly, but I mean, that would mean that they would have to have. I was going to say they would have had to have been a decent quality photo. I don't know. Blood on the Thames, this one is called. So I mean, you could do a search on Kickstarter and see if there are any. Because I didn't notice anything on the page which said funded by Kickstarter or anything, so I don't know. Maybe. I heard him ask the cabbie to bring him to the newspaper nearby here. The bank would be closed at this hour. You think he'd head to his workplace after hours? I don't know. I don't believe he's done so before. Let me check my notes. Your notes? Griffin took notes on Victor's. I've been taking notes on what I know about his schedule and location. Why haven't you gone and confronted him if he'd stolen something from you? Sure enough, he produced a small notebook from his pocket. The idea of keeping notes on a man as if he were a mouse in a laboratory made me uneasy. I think that's the noise this game makes now. But Dr. Griffin seemed genuine, so I pushed that feeling aside. If you have been taking notes, then you know this area well? I would like to think so. In that case, do you know if there's another way out of that beach area down there? There's a beach area around here? Okay, fine. None whatsoever. It used to be a dockhouse with a loading port. But the loading port has since collapsed and the dockhouse abandoned, so I believe this is the only way in and out. So this road is the only way out of this area. I believe so, yes. This road leads to the bank, you say? Yes, it does. Perhaps it would be best for one of us to investigate his bank. I'll keep watch here. May find more evidence, and in my case, might find a few answers as to why he targeted my ship. You believe he targeted you intentionally? Not me, my boss. I brought up my lace boss, Quincy Everest. Oh, Ernest, sorry, not Everest. In our discussion earlier, he ran our shipping company, which isn't exactly a famous line of work, so I have a sneaking suspicion. Man, I am doing bad with words today. Now, Franklin may have been stalking him, I suppose, prior to his death. Not quite a dedicated employee to be going through all of this trouble. If I don't, it will cost me my job. Well, what better place than a bank office to find someone's personal information, I suppose. How do you suggest we get in, though? You can use items from your inventory in conversation. Well, I mean, I've got keys. With his keys. Quite impressive. Where did those come from? Dropped them while he was fleeing. It's possible one of these will unlock the bank, but I mean, doesn't that indicate that he couldn't get into the bank then? If you've got his keys, and if you can get into the bank, they'll probably accuse you of stealing, right? No? Meh. Absolutely. I'd wager one of these opens his office, in fact. Hopefully so. You stay here and make sure he doesn't leave the area, so we don't have to animate you again. Just be quick about it, and be safe. Alright. There's a postbox. No, I can't click on the postbox and do anything with it? Well, at least it's not a postboxer. Homeless man sleeps. Hope we can get a few winks in before a bobby kicks him out. This is probably the bank. Yeah, okay. Oh, look, the doorway's open now. Okay, hey, horse. Someone's horse is taking a rest. Best not to mess with it. Don't want to spook it. Let's see. I can't see anything else that would be interactable. No, okay, these two things are as well. Not a soul in sight. At this hour, it's only to be expected. I envy the sleeping city. In the dim light, I can barely make out a church in the distance. It seems to loom over the city streets. Sure, I'd feel differently if I practiced that faith. Surely I'd feel different. See, what's that bit down there? What are we looking at down here? Oh, is that just where the drawing extends to? And then they put stairs over the top of it. Okay. On a whim, I tried the front door. That was long past public hours. The bankers would occasionally stay late to continue their work. I was surprised to find the front door unlocked. Before I could wander for long, the security guard next to the vault called out to me. Sir, we are not open to public at this time. All our workers have gone home, so unless you have a pre-scheduled appointment, I apologize, but you must leave. So Victor isn't here, then. Let's see if I can weasel my way in to his office. Oh, I was actually sent here on Victor Franklin's behalf. He sent me to pick up a folder of documents he was working on. Gave me the keys to his office. Security guard eyed me suspiciously. Held up the keys for him to see, obscuring the damaged part of the ring. Prayed silently that my lie was not seen. He actually gave you his whole set of keys? I assume he showed you which of those keys to use, correct? Why, yes, of course. It would be stupid for me to stand there trying every key in the lock. Then let me escort you back and watch open the door. Just to make sure you're not some sort of thief trying to break into the bank office. If they are, I wouldn't... I'm just thinking, if this was a Kickstarter thing, where, hey, these are the pictures, then you'd have to have either professional studios all around the world, which wouldn't make sense financially, or you rely on people having good enough web cameras in order to, or phones, to take good enough pictures, which again I don't think is viable. Or you could do, hey, you have to be local to this area or be able to get to this area in order for your photo to be taken by our professional or the camera that we are using for this game. So that it is, so they will have the same quality. Which doesn't seem likely either. So, I mean, maybe they got private investors to come and do this and said, hey, as a reward, we'll put you in our game like this. No sign of it. It's a Kickstarter type. Yeah, I mean, it could just be professional, or not professional, but it could just be, you know, the people who are doing the game. I mean, it could also be professional actors, so to speak, doing this sort of thing. Oh, what was that company? What's that board game company? They did Last Night on Earth, I think was the name of it. Flying Frog Games. That's the name of the board game company, and they produced, well, they still produce, so far as I know, board games where variable tiles so that you can make scenarios up, etc. But then, and they got miniatures so that you move around on the boards, and you've got different scenarios to do stuff on each of the boards. But then they have a deck of cards, which are special actions that you can take throughout the game, and on each of those, rather than having drawn art, they have photos of things. So if you're playing the zombie side, then there's photos of zombies attacking humans, and if you're humans, it's humans attacking zombies, for instance. And all of those are done with, I mean, not film grade acting props and stuff, but certainly stuff that makes the cards look alive and look really well produced. So they set up like days when they will do photo shoots with these people, and they have a group of people that they call on to do their things, and they embody the characters for whatever the cards they need to do and the character sheets, etc. And It looks really well done. How they do it for just a simple board game. It's really well done. Flying Frog Productions, thank you. Not games, Flying Frog Productions. Yeah. But yeah, that looks really very well done, the way they do it. Anyway, let me escort you back, make sure I'm not breaking into the office. Calling my bluff, no point being chicken-hearted now. Walked down a hall and descended down into a basement. While I would have expected a banker's office space to be luxurious, this hall was cramped and smelled faintly of mildew. Did not envy his working conditions, a hefty condemnation coming from a sailor. Is this why I felt the need to steal? Here we are, if you don't mind unlocking the door. I mean, this guy seems to be smiling. Or at least not, being wary. Alright then, which of these keys would it be? Alright. Not that. That one's... right. That one's too big. I think that one's too big. That one's too big. That could be it. I think that one's just a little too big. Let's try this one. Make sure we're not... maybe get it wrong. Am I sure I want to try this one? The guard may kick me out if I'm wrong. Yes. Try out the key. I mean, it doesn't look rusty enough, though, does it? The key doesn't unlock the door. Oh, I must have forgotten which one it was. I will run and ask him which one it was. Yes, you better. Well, this is... back again. I hope you know which key it is this time. He led me back down to the office again and stood back to watch me. Okay, so not that one, but maybe that one. Because it's... You sure I want to try this one? The guard may kick me out. I mean... Try out the key. The key doesn't unlock the door. Oh, I must have forgotten which one. I will run back and ask him which one it was. Yes, you would better. You got anything to say? Oh, wait, there! That man! Excuse me, I'm looking for someone. Actually, so am I, a business partner. Says the pedestrian. Unfortunately, I'm in a hurry. I'm sorry. I don't really have time to talk, but good luck to you, sir. Right, same to you. Guess I should leave them be. Have you seen him? You able to get into the office? No, I couldn't figure out which key was the one. Couldn't you try all of them? No, the guard was watching me. I see. Any advice? I would check to see if any of them are the same colour as the keyhole. After they have all been made the same time. Beyond that, try to match the key's size to the keyhole. That's what I was trying. That does seem logical. I'll see what I can do. No, I mean... Oh, I want to go that way. Game. No? Do I need to click on this instead? Well, alright. Sure. Sorry, he couldn't even capitalise that eyes. Alright. Okay, so let's find one. I mean, and now I don't know which ones I've used. That one? Maybe? I mean, look at the ones which are the same colour. It says. So this? I mean, is that the same colour as the lock? I can't tell. Yes. Fine. Try out the key. The key doesn't unlock the door. Oh, I must have forgotten which one. I mean, this is silly that I have to go back in and keep doing this. That's not the one that I used last time. I mean, I should have been paying attention to... That one? No, that seems too big. Have I done that one? I don't know. Should have been paying attention to the ends of them so that I know what it looks like. Alright. Do you want a hint or to skip this puzzle? Yes. New hint, please. These keys are very different from each other. Unfortunately, if you can't figure out which one is the right size, as well as the correct material, I better not mess it up. This guard is staring at me very intently. Fortunately, if I can... Right. Yeah, but... Give me a new hint. It's a shame I can't ask the guard for help. I'm sure I would have to find a key of the same size as the hole, made from the same metal as the doorknob. I mean, I don't know that any of these are made of the same metal as the doorknob. And that one might possibly be just because of the colour, but that one's huge. So yeah, I've done this one already, right? Right? Maybe I just suck at opening doors. Yeah. My toilet? Yes, toilet. He said, trying to think, no, it's not the bathroom, it's the toilet. Has a key lock on it, rather than like a slidey bolt or anything. And the key in that lock doesn't always turn right. You have to put it in the exact right position in order to get it to turn. So I might just suck at opening doors in the real world as well. Give me another hint. I don't want to skip. No, there aren't any more. Alright, I don't... What am I missing? Apart from the right key. I mean, that just looks too big for that hole. Yes, I mean, I think that's the same one I did again. The key doesn't unlock the door. Alright, screw you, I'm skipping that puzzle. Because nothing I have seen is necessarily goes, yeah, that one, that's the one. Skip puzzle. So I slid the key into the lock, it turned, and the door opened. There we are. It may take me a moment to find his folder. I wasn't sure where he must place it. Oh, bugger. Better be quick. The Bobbies will stop by if they see light on in our bank, and then Mr. Franklin and I will both be chewed out by our manager. Need to return to the vault, but come meet me in the entryway so I can let you out. Thank you. I'll be fast. Well, it's good that I got in here, but I only have a minute to search. Hopefully I can find something worthwhile in my time. The room reeks of mildew, and something metallic, I should say. Who would have thought a banker's quarters could be in worse shape than my ship? Right, well, there's something. Letter must have been dropped recently. This has gone way too far. When I signed onto this, all I wanted was a chance to see the world, not to be the target of some investigation. We already made the front page on April 9th. Okay, we'll look at that in the newspaper archives, I guess. And I'm sure we will make the front page again soon. The police found her on the 31st. It's just a matter of time before the newspapers catch wind. We already know the police are looking for suspects. Why are we doing anything? Why are we not doing everything in our power to avoid suspicion? We're not going to be executed just because you didn't think to cover our tracks. April 9th. What was so important about that date, I wonder? Perhaps Dr. Griffin will know. And this? What is this? Victor, I cannot overstate how serious it is that you get that shipment. Remember, your very life could be on the line if you don't get hold of it. Based on the last information we had, it should be in the ship. The Mongolia, box 312. Quincy died before it was unloaded, so unless the captain has done something with it, there'd be no reason you shouldn't be able to find it. I need not remind you, your life is on the line, do not fail. That's not the box you were asking about. What the hell is this man getting himself into? Who are these people? And why is the other one that couldn't deliver it dead now? This is getting bigger than just petty theft. Maybe the doctor can help make sense of this. Let's hang on to this. I don't know why, but I think it will be useful. This is under the desk, that is on the desk. Victor demanded 392. 312. He's as good at remembering things as I am. These seem to contain files of members of the bank. No, I doubt I need to investigate here, nor do I have the time. Alright, well, show me things. Oh, there's a magazine-y thing here. Where's a nice strike of luck? This is Quincy's bank file. We'll explain why Victor knew who Quincy was. Money, address, business ownership. It's all here. Alright. Account holder, account number, account manager, opening date, 1887. We know when we are now. So Kerval and Co. Bank, box number 1612. Security box with a small deposit option. Containing the bank, agree with terms of the agreement. Terms include one limited. Important notice, please keep this cover sheet in a secure location for future reference. In case of any discrepancies or concerns, please contact your account manager, Victor Franklin. The provided contact information, any changes to the account details or writing management must be communicated to the bank in writing. Thank you for choosing us. We appreciate your trust and look forward to serving your banking needs. Initial deposit, a set of personal documents, £1,534. A small book. Wait a minute. Quincy had an account. I always thought he did business with Bank of England. Did he have another account? And why would he need another one with a different bank? Guess it doesn't matter. What matters is now I have proof that Victor has been gathering information on Quincy, even after his death. Don't explain why he was looking for the box in question. I mean, no. 1887. Is this Jack the Ripper? I suspect not. But, well, maybe. April. Was it in April? I thought it was... Alright. Well, we'll find out. They found her on the 31st. We'll find out. But, yeah. But no, Quincy... I mean, he's the bank manager. He is the manager of Quincy. And his accounts. So he would need to have information on Quincy. I don't think there's anything else for me. Oh, I wanted to try and open the globe. Alright, never mind. I should talk to Dr. Griffin about what I've seen. Thought about what the security I said about being quick. So with the letter and the knowledge of his involvement in whatever he was doing, and quickly head back to the main lobby. Hello. What is it? What do you want? Do you know Victor Franklin? Only a name. It's important for me to know who works at the bank for situations like this. But I can't say I'm particularly familiar. He seems to keep to himself at work. Understandable. Well, thank you. So, can I actually ask you a question about him? Of course, I might not be at liberty to say, though. Nothing to fear. Have you noticed the man always seems to be in such a down mood? Every time I see the fellow, he's nothing but frowns and scowls. Yeah. Every time I've seen him, he's a bit curt, I would say. Precisely. He's so sour, even with his friends. I started wondering if he just despises his job. I mean, it could be both. Exactly, perhaps both. Well, maybe these documents will bring up his mood. Thank you again. Cheers to that. Anything else? No, I don't need to know about the bank, thank you. That is all. On your way. Alright, out we go. Ooh. A rugged man is saying, the river is dark tonight. I'm sorry? It was dark the night he died as well. What are you talking about? You're searching for the banker, are you not? Yes, I am. How did you know? Saw you snooping around through the window. I wasn't. We see everything, whether I wish to or not. Well then, did you see where the banker ran off to? It's imperative that I find him. Off to his secret den, one should imagine. Though he will not be safe there. Where is his den? Perhaps I will find him in there. Under the river is where you'll find him. If you wait till morning, perhaps you shall find him on top instead. Look, I don't have time for cryptic riddles. You tell me where he is or not. I mean, he's dead. He's clearly dead. That's exactly what the guy just said, right? We have spoken. Did you listen? This isn't going anywhere. I mean, no ill will against you, good sir, but I feel my time would be better spent with someone whose mind was all together. Beware the river. It is dark tonight. Same to you, good sir. Ooh, pigeons. Ooh, I made them fly away. Anything else exciting here to talk about? No, alright, then we'll go back. Hello, person. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm quite busy and can't be distracted now, says the weird pedestrian who had such an odd walk. I'm just looking for someone. Have you seen a man run past here? I've seen many men here. I'm sorry I can't help you. Well then, good evening. Guess I should leave them be. Alright, what about you? Match girl. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to buy a match? Sorry, I don't smoke, but thank you. You had to walk away when I suddenly had a thought. Excuse me, little miss. Did you happen to see a man get dropped off here recently? How sure that was you? Other dock worker looking fellow, and then a bit before you was a small man who was in a hurry. Then he... That's got to be the one. You wouldn't happen to have seen where he had gone, would you? Sure, he's a regular around here. He mostly hangs out at the bank, the newspaper, or the old dock house down by the river. Thank you. That is very helpful. And for that, reach into my pocket and pull out a penny. Woohoo! If you think of anything else, please let me know. Or let me know. Thank you, sir. Alright, and you... Any luck with the bank? A bit. I have some questions for you, sir. Go ahead, what do you want to know? Many things. Can I ask you... No, I can't ask you about the crowbar. You don't want to know about the crowbar? Alright, okay. That's under the desk. Can I not ask you about that? You've told me, game, that when I want to do a thing... Oh, maybe it's only facts that I can do, not documents. No, I can't even do that. Alright, thank you, game, I guess. Wow, this is September 6th. And it happened on April 9th. Alright, what did Victor steal from you? Oh, excuse me, what did Victor steal from you? A personal fact? Alright, pardon me for asking. It's a perfectly fair question. I suspect that you and I are pursuing far different places. He stole some cargo from my vessel. If it's not aboard by morning, it will cost me my job. Can I close this? No. Well, I do appreciate your help. Likewise. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? Yes, many things. I can close it if I do it that way. Are you a medical doctor? Are you a doctor of medicine? Precisely. I studied in Edinburgh quite long ago, as you might imagine. Only wisdom with age. I'll be sure to keep your practice in mind in the future. I actually have yet to establish one here in London. I'm fairly new to the area. Is that so? Where did you reside before? Oh, a number of places. For a time I maintained a practice in the States. Your accent tells me you visited there as well. Yes, my youth was spent there. But like you, I've lived in a number of places since. I find camaraderie in well-travelled men. I'm sure we will understand one another. Somewhat, I'm sure. Is there anything else you wish to ask me? Your notes on Franklin. What other notes do you have on Franklin? Let's see. I took notes of his physical traits. It seems you've already laid eyes on him. I discovered his place of work, but found he doesn't seem to have left much of an impression on his co-workers. As far as his residence or any of his friends, I haven't found anything so far. There isn't much to go off, but it's enough to start. I must ask, why are you casing the bank at this time of night? Why not investigate during the day, when he's sure to be working? Certainly observed him during the day. I came here again tonight because I've begun to suspect he tends to be quite active at night, shall we say. If my hunch was correct. Excellent deduction. Elementary, dear Captain. When else would one commit theft? Is there anything else you wish to ask me? I mean, I'd like to ask you about the 9th of April, but I can't, apparently. Yeah, that's all my questions for now. I found some letters about what he was supposed to be doing tonight. Perhaps we can corroborate them with your notes? Excellent. Anything in particular we're looking for? Not sure, but I think this may be enough information to find where Mr. Franklin is hiding. dockhouse. I mean, you told me it was the dockhouse. The girl told me it was the dockhouse. That had nothing to do with the notes. And you told me you didn't know where his house was. Oh wait, no, that's the reporter's house. Right, so let's go to the dockhouse. Squire? Rubble of an old building, some sort of dockhouse, whatever purpose it was serving, has long since fallen under disrepair. There's only a small section of it that's even standing. Is that the building you think we should search? Yes. I think that is the one. So, given he works nearby, and given the time of night, it seems he must still be on this side of the river. Seems logical to me. You said the cabbie dropped him off at the newspaper? Yes, I showed up very quickly after. So it's unlikely he left the area. The newspaper is locked up, as are all the surrounding buildings. Beach seems to be his only option. Yes, that dockhouse seems to be the best possibility compared to everything else. You think he's holed up there? Seems like it would make the most sense. It looks quite worn down, and getting in and out of it is a challenge, but I believe there is still one point of entry. Let's corner him in there, then. Suddenly, Dr. Griffin put a finger to his lips, shushing me. I listened. Two men were arguing on the street beside the alley. Couldn't hear many of the words, but I recognized Ruda's accent in one of the voices. One of them is one of my crew. I'll go see what's going on. He should know what Mr. Franklin he stole from me. Right? I'll see what's going on. He should know what Mr. Franklin he stole from me. Yeah, okay, so it's just an unfortunate typo. I mean, the number of times I mispronounce things, and then me going, oh, typos. Not a very good comparison, but anyway. Should be catching them up on it. I'll come with you. I'm pretty sure this alley is the only way to get to the shore. We'll see Mr. Franklin if he comes up this way. Head around the corner. Neruda was there with a police officer. Excuse me. He was accusing him of sneaking around at night. It seemed like a perfect opportunity not to just get information from Neruda, but to report the crime. I interrupted. Excuse me, officer, this man's with me. Someone broke into our ship and stole a box of cargo earlier tonight, and we've been pursuing him ever since. I mean, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe? I believe he's down by the river now. Need your help arresting him. He attacked us both, so we fear he could be dangerous. The officer turned to me and looked me up and down. For the second time tonight, felt like a creature being studied. The way the officer narrowed his eyes told me he didn't like what he saw. Poppycock! You don't mean to believe you blokes are here to catch a scoundrel? And follow you down the alley? Do I look after you? No, this is a setup for one of your brawls, sailor. I'm sorry? No, sir, we're only asking for your help. My cargo was stolen. I'm the captain of the... That's enough from you. I'm already dealing with a vagabond not paying for the cab. Would you care to be an accomplice to his crimes? What? Officer, I can attest to his story. My name is Victor Franklin. My name is Dr. Franklin. If you want to do this, you do it right by emphasizing, how high up in society you are. And he's stolen from both of us. We will need your assistance. And I paid that cabbie in advance. This man works for me. I mean, you didn't. You did not. What you did is you paid to go to the place, and then for the cabbie to take a message back to the place, back to your ship. So, but if the cabbie has now brought them here again, that is a third journey, one that you have not paid for. The man works for me. I needed him to come here and help us find the man that stole from our ship. The officer continued to glare at me. Before he could speak, Dr. Griffin cleared his throat. Officer, of course, I understand your resistance to help a pair of sailors, but I can assure you I am a gentleman of good standing. Of good stature, and can attest to these two. The officer seemed to finally soften up some, turned his full attention to Dr. Griffin, as if Neruda and I had simply ceased to exist. He caught Neruda's eye, and both shared a look of annoyance and relief. Alright, where do you think this man ran off to? I believe he is down by the river, in the abandoned dockhouse. Right then, I'll poke round and see if I can find him. Have your men stay here in case he tries to run. Good plan, officer. With that, the officer turned and headed up the alley and toward the riverbank. Captain, sir, I made a list of all the cargo we had on the ship. Well, which box did he steal? That's the problem. I don't have the ship's cargo log to compare. Where is it? In your pocket, sir. Check my jacket pockets. Sure enough, in my left hand pocket, I found the small notebook containing the cargo log. Somehow, I had forgotten it when I put my jacket on. Ah well, need to figure out which box is missing. Let's see. Alright. So he took a small box sealed with oh no, this is what is here. Small box sealed with extra padding and stamped with fragile. Probably that one. Specially shaped wooden crate, large. I could easily lay down in it. Probably a funeral casket. I mean, none of those are marked 312 or 392. Alright. Class 3 box rattles around a bit when I move it. Metallic inside? Steam engine parts? Maybe a silverware set? I don't know. Small. So probably not steam engine parts. Maybe it is the silverware. Big heavy needs a dolly to move. That's sculptor's marble, I expect. Not the table made to order. Why? You're not crossing it out, you're underlining it. Come on. Large, thin slides. Large, thin, slides around when I move it. Table. Large, stamped with fragile. Wine, or stamped with special care. To small metallic, so he stole a box of candy. Large stamped with fragile, stamped with special care. Large thin slides, big heavy moves down, small metallic rattling, class 3 box, rattles around a bit when I move it. Metallic inside? Unless the class 3 box is the candy, but that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Can I custom made glasses? He stole a box of candy, that's what I think, yeah. Tad, didn't you say he demanded a box when he threatened you on the ship? He did, he gave me the number. I think it was 392. How did you know? Remember how you and Mr. Ernest got in a fight right before he died? That was the night you told me to take a small box and keep it somewhere separate from the rest of the cargo. You're not saying... Pulled out the box in question. I recognised it because it had the same marks on it as all special delivery items. It's one of the special delivery items. I don't like the idea he was trying to steal something from us regardless. The fact that he was trying to take something that had already caused so much contention between me and Mr. Ernest. Sir, I know it's against the regulations, but I must admit, I took a peek inside the box on the way here. You might want to take a look too. We shipped everything from whiskey to feces. What on earth could be in there that would upset you? I mean, I didn't say it upset me. I said you should have a look in there. Says other man. Just look. A feather with a fork and... a quill and ink? With a tentacle wrapped around it? I don't know. In my life, I had seen the might of the ocean snap ships' hulls like playthings, or witnessed to ungodly torture and bloodshed. Experienced men treat their fellow man like cattle for toil and slaughter. Fear was not an emotion that came easily for me anymore, yet for reasons I could not explain, this strange little statue made my stomach drop into my boots. You feel it too, Captain? What is this thing? Your guess is as good as mine. Looks, and I am now upset. I'm sorry. I shaved. I can't do anything else to help you be upset. May I see that? I took it out and held it in my hands. The weird thing, because you know that's what you do with the deeply unsettling things. You don't leave them in the box to show somebody. You take it out. I passed the box to the collector, but Oh, to the doctor even. But, you know, I kept the thing in my hands, as the photo shows. Germanic in origin. Pre-Christianity? Sorry, do you know what this is? Not precisely, no. I am proficient in anthropology, but only as a hobby. Ah, so you've only got a 30 in the skill. Understood. Well, what do you know about it? This is an idol, or perhaps I should say it was, used in rituals and sacrifices to the gods of their religions. Sacrifice, eh? Sounds like a fun religion. I mean, he stole a box of candy, so, you know, could be fun. Is it of any importance? Enough to try and steal from my ship? Depends. A layman would find no value in it, whereas a collector may consider it quite expensive. Imagine someone who still follows this religion would consider it priceless? Of course, there are very few followers these days. One might consider it a cult, really. Wait, there are still some followers? Griffin, description of statue. You would be surprised what people believe behind closed doors. I think I should hang on to this idol for now. Thank you for bringing it here, Neruda. Perhaps you can trade it for the box of candy our thief stole? At least then we wouldn't have to worry about coming up short in tomorrow's unloading. Perhaps. I mean, perhaps, but he stole the wrong box. Unless this is a typo in the documents. No, not under the desk, sorry, on the desk. See, that says 312. It clearly says 312. And everybody else is talking about 392, so it must just be a typo. So is there gameplay in this, or is there a visual novel? I mean, this is only a demo from Steam Next Fest, which is going on now until the 22nd. And so far we have had some gameplay, which is work out which box was stolen from the list of items, crossing them off one at a time, and work out which key goes in the lock. And we had a puzzle game where we had to slide two things in, but that didn't feel like a game, or didn't feel like a puzzle. But yeah. Alright, so we got a lady. Is this the match girl? I looked around the area, seeing the newspaper with its large globe up front. Seeing the newspapers posted in the front window reminded me of some of the things I read in Victor's office. Ruda, did you hear of anything important happening on April 9th? Is there any reason that day would be significant? Neruda was with you at sea. Ask the doctor who was not at sea. Oh, not that I can remember. Why, did something happen that day? I'd assume so, because it seems to be important to Victor. He mentioned that day in a letter. Could simply have been personally significant to him, like a birthday or an anniversary. Maybe, but the letter also mentioned he felt threatened by someone. It also mentioned that stuff happened in the newspaper on that day. The newspaper here would have an archive, wouldn't it? Yes, but we don't have a way inside. Nor do we have the time to wait about for somebody to let us in. Excuse me, sir? Oh, it's the match girl again. That's who that is. Oh, you're the little girl from up the way. That's something. Ah, yes, sir. Sorry, but I couldn't help but overhear. Do you need help getting into the newspaper? Sorry, little girl. I think this is a bit more for adults to deal with. Oh no, you'll be surprised what a young child can accomplish. Yes, we were hoping to get inside to read some newspapers. I could get you in. I'm really good at this kind of stuff. Just going to need something long and thin. Not want to turn down a Deus Ex Machina. Machina. It's Deus Ex Machina. You're really going to help us for free? And risk getting caught lockpicking at that? I just want to help. You seem like you're stuck without help, and I can get into that newspaper for you. Well then, work your magic, little miss. I'm going to need anything you have that's long and thin. I can't pick a lock with just matches, you know. Okay, well this. Okay, that one works. This. That's too high. This. Okay, that's got two of them. this. I don't have 2 hands. I can't put another object in there. Only one bump key and 2 small objects can fit. Alright. So you're bump keys, are you? Your way out. Okay, so that does that. But that is... Okay, so now I just need to find which one this is. Nope. No. Huh. Alright, there we go. The moment she touched the lock, I could feel my nerves climb. Fortunately, it was just like she said, and the little magic girl had the door open in mere moments. There we go. That was the gameplay. Quick, get in there. I slipped inside the newspaper. Room seemed standard, populated with desks and a printing press. Set upstairs led to an upper floor. I imagine the archives will be kept within either... A set of stairs led to an upper floor, but I imagine the archives will be kept within either on the ground floor or lower levels. Thank you for helping me get in, but wouldn't it be safer for you to stay outside? No, I think I'm good in here. I mean, I did wonder with the first one whether it was Russian for some reason. I don't know. Now we got more of this, and I don't know whether that was bad translating just a moment ago, or just the writing needed another pass, just to pick up on those mistakes. I don't know. Or whether this is all part of some weird thing, because the beginning of this opened with odd philosophy questions on the nature of gaming, or on the nature of who is the god in a game, to an NPC. Is it the player? Is it the character that the player is playing? Or is it the developer who made it? That was the question that was posed to us at the beginning. Anyway, I think I'm good in here. If you're sure, I'm going to be looking for a newspaper in the archive, so stay out of trouble. Alright, well. Oh, look. There's something exciting there. Someone had a nice breakfast prepared. Scones, biscuits, and small cakes. Looks quite lovely. Alright. This must be where the writers sit. They are covered in notes about goings-on of London. Even at a casual glance, I recognise topics ranging from political, economic, social, all the way to fashion trends. I mean, oh, I suppose maybe those are drawers in those bits there. A printing press. Admittedly, I've never seen one before. Perhaps another day I could return to see the machine in use. I don't know that this would be the kind of printing press that would be used in a 1880s style newspaper. It seems too low scale for it. If they needed to print a lot of papers, I suppose maybe this is just a local rag for just an area of London rather than one of the major ones. Alright, well, through this door over here. This looks to be it, and now I need to figure out which newspaper is from April 9th, 1888. What? I thought we were in 1887. Oh, that was the date that the box was opened up, wasn't it? Okay, so it could be something else. I mean, check date. Yes, I know you need to find that, but I don't know. Am I... Okay. Deco newspaper date from 1881. Alright. So this is 1881, I mean. Can I get out? '82? 87. These are all 87. Alright, what if... No, stop. I want to... Woohoo! Daylight streaming. I mean, it's midnight, so no. Not for me. But yeah. Hey, May! Here we go. Okay, so what
Isn't
is
it
it
just
now?
redeemed make me say a vowel?
Are these just random newspapers from 1878? Perhaps they began replacing them when the new ones came out? But this says March. These are just random newspapers from 1878. Perhaps they began replacing them as the new ones came out. That's March. Here we are, April 9th, now the front page. Alright, and now we will do... Damn it, 2 minutes early? Why 2 minutes early? Ooh, that is what you asked for. Oh, spooky. Why? 2 minutes early because of swivel. Ah, right, okay. I see. I thought something was going to happen in 2 minutes. Like, I thought you were half an hour off or something. But no. You did part of this demo and then went,
hydrate.
I don't like the meta-narrative attached to this. I mean, I'm doing part of it now and see what's going on, but yeah.
Znith just redeemed Streech.
Ah, delicious, tasty, unfiltered water. I guess it's unfiltered. I mean, it just comes straight from the tap. That's good enough for it.
Znith just redeemed loud noises.
Stretching first. And then loud noises. Well, we had a dog, so we're going to do dog noises.
Znith just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
And swiveling. I can do that. I can do that. I can do right now. Hey! You stretched that out long enough for swivel. I mean, hey, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Alright. So yes, here we are on April 9th, now on the front page. Oh dear God. The horrible murder in Whitechapel. Maybe it is Jack the Ripper, as you were talking about. Wynne Baxter. Saturday morning, home, hospital, inquiring into the circumstances. Emma Eliza Smith. Resulted in the most brutal manner. White Old Small Street, Mary Russell, deputy housekeeper. Deputy keeper of the common lodging house in George Street, Spitalfields. Said the deceased, who had lived 18 months in the house, left home on Monday evening in her usual health and returned between 4 and 5 next morning, suffering from horrible injuries. One told witness that she had been shockingly ill-treated by some men and robbed of her money. Okay, so not the Ripper, because otherwise she wouldn't have returned home. Witness was bleeding and an ear cut. Witness took her once to the London hospital, passing through Osborne Street on the way, in a spot close to a cocoa factory, which Smith pointed out as the place where the outrage had been committed. Smith, who seemed unwilling to go into details, did not describe the men, nor give any further account of occurrences to witness. W.G.H. Hillier, the house surgeon in attendance on Tuesday morning, where the deceased was brought in, or when the deceased was born, said the injuries were horrible. The injuries which the woman had received were horrible. I'm sure that wasn't his professional opinion. A portion of the right ear was torn. There was ruptures of the peritoneum and other internal organs caused by some blunt instrument. The account of the occurrences by the unfortunate woman to the doctor was that about half past 1 o'clock on Tuesday morning. No, you don't. Alright. You don't say 1:30 o'clock. It's 1:30. When near Whitechapel Church, she crossed over the road to avoid some men who followed, assaulted her, robbed her of all the money she had, and then committed the outrage. There were 2 or 3 men, one of them looking like a youth of about 19. The patient died on Wednesday about 9 a.m. of peritonitis. In reply to questions from the coroner and the jury, Like I said, he had no doubt whatever that death had been caused by. He said he had no doubt whatever that death had been caused by the wounds. He had found the other organs generally in a normal condition. He stated that she came from the country and had seen any of her other friends for 10 years. Another woman subsequently examined as a witness deposed to seeing Smith at about 12:15 on Tuesday morning near the Verdant Road, talking to a man dressed in dark clothes with a white neckerchief around his neck. She had been assaulted a few minutes before seeing Smith and was getting away from the neighbourhood, where there had been some rough work that night. Two fellows had come up to her, one asking about the time, the other striking her on the mouth, and both running away. She did not think that the man talking to Smith was one of her assailants. Mr. John West, Chief Inspector of Police of the H Division, said it had no official information on the occurrence. He had questioned the constables on duty in the Whitechapel Road at the time, but none of them had seen or heard any such disturbance as that indicated in the evidence, nor had he seen anyone taken to the hospital. He would make inquiries into the Osborne Street in consequence of what had transpired at the inquest. This is American written. Because you do not hyphenate things in the middle of words like that. That's just not how it works over here. That just looks horrendous to my eyes. Ugh. Or maybe not American, but it is certainly not how you would see this written up in any sort of newspaper. Transpired at the inquest. The coroner, in summing up, said that from the medical evidence, what must be true is that it was perfectly clear that the poor woman had been murdered, by whom there was no evidence to show. After a short consultation, a verdict of willful murder in some person or persons unknown was returned by the jury. International what? Sport? I just saw the front page and thought it related to him. A woman beaten and cut to death, and that couldn't have been the front page. Not if it was set out like that. But hey, I suppose I'm not an expert on 1887 newspapers, but today's newspapers would not look like that at all. I know he's a thief. I know he's 1888. Sorry, not 87. I know he's a thief, and he was definitely stalking Quincy. He have done this. I can't rule it out, but I'm not sure. Why would he find himself associated with a murdered woman? What the hell is this man involved in? Anything else? All of these things. The room is deceptively large, and a dizzying amount of space and paper stored away here. Thankful that the one I needed was only from earlier this year. Alright, well, yeah, let's leave. Wait, the match girl left? Oh, that stack of pastries is missing. Well, now I see why she was so willing to help us get in. Nice touch. Dr. Griffin, I found the newspaper in question, but I don't think you'll like what it says. Dr. Griffin grabbed the newspaper from me. Quickly reading through the contents. Oh yes, I remember this. Ha 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 ha. Found some poor girl in Whitechapel beaten and sliced to ribbons. Or cut some bruises across her entire body. It wasn't investigated very thoroughly. I suppose because it's not uncommon for somebody who lives in Whitechapel to die on the street in one fashion or another. But the brutality of the crime put it on the front page. Why on earth would Victor talk about this as being connected to him somehow? You think he could be a murderer? Couldn't say for certain, but if he is, he expresses a good deal of regret, or rather, a good deal of personal concern in his letter. Maybe it was an accident? The other letter referred to the last time someone failed. Yes, it seems more like Mr. Franklin was involved in this woman's death, but he was not solely responsible. Somebody else killed her? Well, there go those violins. That somebody else seems to be incredibly dangerous, given that the letter seems to imply that she is not the only person dead at this point. Dun dun dun! Alright. I mean, I'm interested in what that is. I can tell that that was a thing. No, that's... No, I don't want to do the door. I want to click on the red thing. No, I can't click on the red thing? Alright. You got anything else to say? The statue, something about its shape is familiar. I'll be honest, it looks like some sort of weird knife to me. I guess for sacrifices. No, it is unlike anything you've ever seen an idol. It is unlikely that you've ever seen an idol of this nature before. It's very specific craftsmanship. Never mind, quite rare. Oh no, you misunderstood. Victor's office, there was something that had the same outline. Was there? Victor's office? It's related to this idol? But I didn't see anything in there. If it's related to this idol, it will be well worth investigating. If there's any time to check again, it would be now, before the body returns. I think I will. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? No thanks. I'm going to look in that hole in Victor's office. Hello, lady, who is walking weirdly again. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm quite busy and can't be distracted right now. Just looking for someone. Have you seen a man run past it? Yes, I've seen many men. Good evening. Oh, no, that... Alright, fine, we'll go backwards. Oh, you're a new person. Excuse me. I'm sorry I can't talk right now. I'm supposed to meet my friend somewhere around here. Guess I should leave them be. Everyone seems like they're in a hurry tonight. Wait, on the ground over there. Excuse me, is this your... Nope, already gone. What is this anyway? A source of light, a metal pole. Numbers you'll find in a secret hole. Weird. You again? Why are you here? Just delivering the files back. I hope I don't have to go through you watching me open the door again, do I? I suppose you're free to come and go. Just be quick about it. Oh, of course. Who are you? Excuse me, you seem here a little late in the night. Oh, are you a customer? Not really. I am in the temporary employment of Victor Franklin. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're looking for him, he works in the offices. I am one of the tellers. No, I know he's not in his office, but you wouldn't happen to know him, would you? He and I have worked together for a few years, yes. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions about him? I'm freshly employed and I'm struggling to understand what kind of man I've been employed by. I mean, with the guy over there hearing you say this when you said, I'm his friend, that might be, you know, slightly suspicious. I suppose I could answer a few questions. What do you want to know? If this is 1888 and they are a bank teller, they are not going to say, what do you want to know? I suppose I could answer a few questions. What would you like to know? How may I help with your inquiries? What questions could I answer for you? What could I tell you about Victor Franklin? That is the sort of thing. Well, not this. Tell me about his time here. Said you worked with him for a few years. That's right. I think it was about 6 years ago when he was hired. Could have been earlier. But he has a habit of keeping to himself. I'm pretty sure he had worked here for a significant amount of time before I ever met him. I see. Anything else? No, I don't care anything else. Good evening to you then. Can I? As if I would ever be permitted an account in an establishment like this. I mean, I want... There we go, that's what I was looking for. And then into you. I mean, okay, maybe it was inside here? Really seems to enjoy thinking about travelling. This globe is covered in marks and notes. I mean, can anybody see anything in here that is... It was of that shape? Because I can't. I mean, we can do this, obviously. Oh, there's that at the back, is there? Is that it? Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that. I thought I recognised that shape somewhere. But if I just... A perfect fit! Place the object in the slot to find. Yep, the bank let me do extensive renovations to my... I was going to say to my work office, and then I'm just looking at this, and I'm looking. That is on a string. We have just done we have put a thing in a hole so that this paper map lifts up on a string. Oh, maybe it's not paper, maybe it's slightly stronger than that, but we could have just pulled it down. But anyway, weird. Just like the statue, a wave of dread washes over me as I stared. This time, though, as the sharp smell of iron hit my nose, but a pang of primal fear, like a fawn locking eyes with a wolf. It was the very same fear I felt when I spotted a snake out of the corner of my eye, when my body's first instinct was to flinch and pull away. However, unlike a snake, my fear did not ease away the longer I stared. It felt like a heavy weight on my soul. Whatever this is, silence, I want nothing more to do with it. Victor, if he made this, then something inside of him was truly disturbed. And you know, yep. And that's what this looked like. You had a bug. Well, there we go. And on that, yes, indeed. I don't want anything more to do with it either. It's interesting, but the puzzles are few and far between, and the narrative isn't gripping enough for me to continue. Not even with this demo. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna pack in this demo, but I'm gonna get myself a quick stop. Give me a few seconds to give me a minute to go and get some more water because I'm running out of that, and we'll be back with a second demo for the evening. So yeah. So I'm just going to end this by saying thank you all so very much for being here. Whether you're here live and in person or later on the VOD, the fact that you spend any amount of time here with me means that I appreciate you. You're amazing. Never let anybody tell you anything different. As I say, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to put up the end screen. No, actually, I'm going to put up the whoops screen. Why not? And we'll be back in just a minute after I've got some water with a fresh new demo from Steam Next Fest. Well, hopefully, stick around for that. And yeah, be right back.